Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be unboxing this. It's the Jaguar XJS HE TWR European Touring Car Championship winner in 1/24th scale by Hasegawa. A little bit of information on there. You can see you've got pictures of the model here. You've got a full detailed V12. Some details there about length, things like that, parts. More information on this side. And then you got the pictures on this. It's a limited edition kit. Let's have a look and see what's inside. Instructions, got clear parts, also some photo etch and some other parts in there. Some of these parts have already been removed, so we'll look at those in a bit more detail in a bit. Lots of sprues, there's some wheels, and there we are. The Jaguar XJS launched in 1975 as a replacement to the iconic E-Type. The initial design was done by E-Type stylist Malcolm Sayer, though the car was completed after his death in 1970. Whilst the F-Type name was mooted, it ended up being called the XJS as Chief Engineer William Haynes had chosen to use the chassis from the XJ Saloon. Initial sales were hit and miss, but picked up massively in the 1980s as the XJS HE was released with a high-efficiency V12 engine. In motorsport, Bob Tullius had won the 1977 Trans Am Championship using the car. In 1981, Tom Walkinshaw Racing chose the XJS to enter the Group A European Touring Car Championship. TWR found a lot of success, winning the 24 Hours of Spa in Belgium, the Bathurst 1000 kilometres in Australia, and the European Touring Car Championship title for Walkinshaw himself, with the help of Hans Heyer and Win Percy. TWR and Jaguar would go on to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans and the World Sports Car Championship together. Okay, let's look at these instructions. So as you can see, you've got the full detailed V12. I believe there are some differences between this one and the standard version if you've got the regular Hasegawa XJS. Similarly, some of the suspension, brakes parts, those are going to be different, and I know the exhaust is different here. Points here where you need to drill, so make sure you pay attention to that. Another big difference here are all the racing parts on the inside. So obviously we do have the exhausts, but then we've got the seatbelt buckles, which you need to go onto here into the racing seat. Photo etch buckles there. Shows you where those all need to be attached, and then you've got the roll cage as well. The interior is, I believe, different to the one which you get in the standard kit. Got some colours down there recommended in Mr. Hobby. Then finally here you can see the bodywork. The rear section there needs to be drilled open. Interior, this is when you add the windows to the radiator and things like that. A few more engine parts, and that's when you stick it all together. And there's all of your colour instructions on there. Finally, on this back sheet you've got a list of parts. The ones that are blued out, I believe, are ones that you don't use. There we are. So here are the sprues. Start with this grey one. You can see we've got the floor of the car with some of the detail there. Suspension springs, the engine parts, shock absorbers, belts, fan, radiator. So there's a lot of detail in this, and I have to say, considering the age, there isn't any flash, which is nice. Okay, so here we've got a white sprue. So you've got a modified interior there to strip out things like the rear seats, roll cage, disc brakes, more of the roll cage there. Part for the underside of the dashboard, wing mirrors, little arms for the steering wheel. Yeah, so I guess you wouldn't get this sprue with the standard version. Okay, another grey part here. We've got some engine bits, more here. This is the standard exhaust, so we won't be using that. More engine parts there. As I say, a lot of detail in this, and I think it holds up pretty well. Final big white sprue here, and we've got some racing parts like the little bucket seat there, steering wheel. These might be the springs that the racing version uses. Different exhaust. Yep. Looking pretty good. Then we've got the bonnet here. It's got a little moulded in badge. I'm not sure that the racing version had that, so that might need to be sanded off. And you've got the top of the dashboard here. A little bit of detail in the underside of that. And that will go with the bodywork here, which is fairly standard from the normal version. However, you do have these switches here, these sort of buttresses at the back, and as well as that, you need to drill these out for the fuel caps in the back. But yeah, distinctive body shape of the XJS. Got a couple of chrome sprues here. So this one has got, for instance, the bumpers, it's got the mirrors, headlight housings, radiator, brakes. Not sure if chrome is right for those brakes really, so you might want to strip those. I'll put that down there. And then as well, you've got the different wheels required for the racing version, and I think that these might be the fuel fillers for the boot lid. Okay, so this has got lots of different parts in it. We need to be careful with this. I'll start with the clear sprue. As you can see, the windscreen and the side windows are all together. Got headlights and tail lights, rear screen, and yeah, I don't know what that's for. To find out what that is, put that down there. As well, got a little bag with some tubes, aerial, and also this sort of seatbelt material. So yeah, a lot of detail in this kit. And finally, we have a photo etch sprue. You can see got that mesh. That, I think that's for the grille. We've got seatbelt buckles. We've got XJS badge. Lots going on here. Obviously keep that in there, keep it nice and safe. And I'm not going to be removing these, but we've got tyres here. These are slicks, and you've got polycaps in there as well. And these do actually have Dunlop Sport sidewall markings, which is nice. They're not just generic slicks, and yeah, those look pretty good. Here we've got the decal sheet. This one only recreates one version of the car with the number 1. Got Tom Walkinshaw, and I think that's Hans Heyer, the German driver. Also shows Jaguar Deutschland. Got the sun strip there. Now you've got the green pinstripe down the side, but that does mean that the white section on the side, you'll need to paint that. But yeah, looks a pretty good decal sheet. So there we have it. Looking forward to building this soon. It's a real favourite of mine. Hopefully I can replicate it very well. Already done a little 1/43rd version of it. If you want to see that, have a look up there. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know down below if you've built this one before, or if you like it, and I'll see you soon.